right, let's get started. The goal of today's episode is to help you find unclaimed money online and give you a few good ideas of what to do with those funds. Specifically, we're talking about checking two websites to see if you have unclaimed funds available in your name. This could be money from banks, financial institutions, the IRS, even a utility company. Basically, these organizations have been essentially holding the money in your name and they just need a little help figuring out where to send it. So once you claim these funds, then they're transferred to you. And it's a lot like finding free money. If that's something that sounds interesting, then let's get started. Before we do, hi, my name is Rich, and this is my very first YouTube video. My day job is a teacher, and yesterday, like many teachers and students, we were told schools would be closed for the next 5 weeks. Now that's over 30 days where I'm not gonna see my students, and as of right now, day one, we haven't been told much information at all. They said more is coming soon. Not even sure if it's okay to go into the building yet. So there's a lot of questions and not a lot of answers. So I decided to start my YouTube channel today, basically thinking that it's been something on my mind for a while, and I'm gonna have 30 days away from my normal job. And with everyone else stuck at home, I thought it might be beneficial to make lemonade out of lemons and share something with people who are going through the same situation. If you like this kind of video, please drop a like and hit subscribe. Like I said, I'm brand new to YouTube, so I really appreciate the support. Okay, let's talk about unclaimed funds. A few years back, I heard that you can go to a website called unclaimed.org, and there's another one called missingmoney.com. Both of these sites allow you to search for money that's being held in your name based on where you live and where you used to live. For example, I live in New York State. So they took me to the New York State Unclaimed Funds website, and from there I typed in my name and I found $244.14 in unclaimed funds. When you go on and first click search, remember that they're gonna show everybody in the state with unclaimed funds matching your name. And I have a pretty common name, Rich Smith, so there are over 250 results, all because my name is so common. So I'd use my middle initial to help narrow it down, and you might have to do the same thing. Also, they have you check the results based on your address. So for example, back in college, I moved once a year for 5 or 6 years in a row. So I had a different mailing address every single year. Now the reason I mention this is because you may want to search every single town, city, village, and state that you've ever lived in to check all your addresses. Now, if you're lucky enough to find some funds in your name from an address where you used to live, sometimes you can claim those funds right online. What they'll do is they'll ask you to verify your identity, something like typing in your social security number or your current contact information. Then once they know it's you, they send you a check. Now, other times, or I should say most of the time, what they might have you do is type in all of your contact information and print and submit a form, like a mail-in form. And yeah, that's a bit more of a hassle, but that's how they can make the claim official and then send you your money. There are a few other options as well. I've heard, for example, that you can have a company claim the funds on your behalf and then they send them to you. And I'm just gonna say right away, I would not try any of that. I would stay clear of that because to me, that sounds like some of these companies might be a little shady. I've heard they may ask you to put money up front. That's something you should never do. Also, some of the companies ask to keep a larger amount of the funds that they claim on your behalf. Let's say anything more than 10 or 20% of the money that you're claiming that goes in their pocket is way too much. So you're gonna wanna avoid doing that. So in summary, you're gonna be able to claim funds that have been sitting there for potentially years in your name, or maybe if it's not in your name, you can help your family or friends claim those funds right online simply by filling out a form or mailing in a form. Yes, it might take a week or two, or it might even take a few months for these funds to show up. However, once you get the money, what you do with it is exactly what moves us to our next topic. I have 3 suggestions that I think would really help anyone. Suggestion number 1 has a little to do with this current situation, current state of affairs that we're in, with everything happening in the news and so many people stuck at home or people in need. I wanted to make a suggestion to check out a website called charitynavigator.org. Now, I'll put a link down below in the show notes. Maybe you can put some of those unclaimed funds to a really good use. For example, there might be people in need right now, and some of those funds, you could take a small portion of them and send them right their way. Charitynavigator.org is the nation's largest and most utilized evaluator of charities. They rank them and give them stars, so when they put together these lists, you know that you're contributing to a highly rated charity. Some of these charities are working in communities right near you or all over the country, everything from emergency health care to helping people get the food and water that they need. So it's a really great place to consider if you find yourself sitting at home and getting some of these unclaimed funds coming your way. My second recommendation is simply to start an online savings account. These online savings accounts give you an APR, an annual percentage yield, that helps you make money and basically keep up with the rate of inflation that is usually earning something along the lines of 5 times more than your local bank or savings account. My personal favorite is Discover Bank. Now, Discover.com offers an online savings account with a very competitive APR, and there's no minimum deposit or monthly fees. I'm in no way being paid by Discover. I just find that their rates are always competitive, and they offer really great customer service, whether that's by phone or if you have to send them a little chat. Also, there's this little unknown incentive for people who have a AAA Auto Club membership, where Discover will give you an additional 0.5 percentage point on top of the publicly offered percentage. So I called in to get the higher rate, and they didn't even ask me for my AAA information. Now, we are members. I could show you the card, but who knows why they didn't ask for it. Anyway, I got the higher rate. And another feature for brand new customers is this Kickstart bonus offer whenever you open up a new account. It's something like $100 to $200 if you deposit a very, very large sum of money. And this is not valid for people like myself who already have a Discover savings. It's only for brand new customers. Yeah, so an online savings account is a great place to bank some money, and it's money that you're going to need sometime within the next year or two. I would think it would be like something for insurance or tax payments, a down payment for a house or car, maybe that sinking fund you want to use for a vacation or a large purchase, like you're saving up for an engagement ring, new laptop, whatever. And my final suggestion for these unclaimed funds would be to open up a Roth IRA and invest the money there. Now, some of us sitting here have never started investing. You may think it's too complicated. You just don't understand how it all works. Well, I can tell you, opening up a Roth IRA is a great way to invest in your future. See, typically Roth IRAs are investment accounts that you don't intend to touch for decades. I'm not going to touch mine for 20-something years. You're probably familiar with the phrase buy low, sell high, and the stock market is lower right now. And of course, I can't predict the future, but in a few weeks it'll be back up and then lower again. But over the long term, consistently investing in the stock market is a great way to invest in your future. See, a Roth IRA is a retirement account. And so by investing money, you're going to be putting that away until you're 59 and a half years old. That's why I said I'm not going to touch mine for decades. It's going to have a long time to grow, and through the power of compound interest, you'll hopefully earn a lot of money. If any of you watching are interested in me making a video about how to allocate those funds or where to start your Roth IRA, then I'd be more than happy to go into detail on a future episode. Okay, let's recap. The next few weeks are going to be uncertain for most of us, practicing social distancing, and we may find ourselves at home. I'm going to be online a lot. Basically, you might be looking for ways to make more money. Checking out a site like unclaimed.org or missingmoney.com is a great way to see if you have any free money sitting out there in your name, and if not your name, maybe your family's name. By the way, let me know down in the comments if you found some money. And if you don't mind sharing how much, since those wins would be inspiring for all of us, then include that too. Also, if and when that money comes your way, we've covered 3 things you could possibly do with it. Number 1 is to make a donation to a charitable organization. There's a whole list of those at charitynavigator.org. Number 2 would be to take a look ahead in your own future, in your own life, and start an online savings account. Putting money there in the short term is gonna hopefully help it grow and keep pace with inflation. And the third and final idea is to start an investment account, specifically a Roth IRA, to help set yourself up for a happy and healthy retirement. All right, let's wind this thing down. This was day 1 of YouTube for me, day 1 of being home for the next 5 weeks. If you look around, you can see it's the evening time. I got dressed today thinking that, I don't know, I needed to do something with myself, do something with my day. And I know there's a lot of teachers out there, a lot of students out there, probably a lot of entrepreneurs out there wondering what they can do. So I'm hoping this video is just a little something to you that you found valuable. And if so, please remember to drop a like down below and hit subscribe. My plan right now is to do a video every single day that I can, that I'm home. Hopefully to help, number 1, kick off this YouTube channel, and number 2, connect with you out there who are going through the same thing that I am. I really appreciate the support, and remember to let me know down in the comments if you're able to claim some of those unclaimed funds. All right, as always, I'm Rich, and until next time. First YouTube video done. Now I gotta figure out how to upload this thing. All right, catch you guys now. All right, see you next time.